Well, Sunday, not Saturday. Why did I lay that down? Let's just leave that up there. I'm going to give it a minute. Let some folks get up in here. If anybody, it's Sunday, so I doubt we'll have as many folks show up. And live chat? Yeah, live chat. There we go. Jay Waters, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Jay Watterson. I called you Waters. My bad. Let me make a real quick post that me live. So as you can see, I've got an old first generation MRE on the table, and there's a little bit of significance behind not only the menu, but also why I chose to do this particular freeze-dried main. Let's see, well, there were freeze-dried LRPs in the 60s, so I guess this was the first regular meal that had a freeze-dried item in it, and we know that didn't last. They started removing the freeze-dried items by 1990. They were supposed to be out by 92, 93, I think, but they still used a bunch of leftovers all the way up into, I think, even 95. I think I've gotten freeze-dried fruit in a 95 before. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it did stop in 93. Like, maybe they ran out of the overstock. Okay, real quick, let me make a post. Alright. Discard. Here, I'll turn the camera around so you're not just looking at a bag. You can look at me, look down at my phone. Alright. Let's see here. Create the post. Paste the link. So I wasn't just going to do this tonight. I was actually going to do this and a what year are those? 1970. I think they're 1970 or 69. I think they're 70 or maybe even 71s. I was going to do an MCI with this. That was my intentions. No, I know where they're at. I've got my stuff nice and organized on the wall, and it's honestly it's piled about 6 feet, 6.5 feet deep. But at Christmas, there was a whole bunch of stuff that like wrapping paper and bow. I mean, honestly I can't even tell you what all, like, just tons of stuff that we didn't have room for anywhere else that Amber put in there. There's a bunch of boxes that are definitely in the way, but it took up all my space where I could move stuff over to out of the way. So now I've only got like a small area where I can move stuff to. So I could not get to them. I have got to start moving stuff. I've got it. Okay. Okay. So let's see what kind of I can go back in the chat here. Oh, don't forget to hit that thumbs up or down. Either way, up or down, it doesn't matter. And got my quality turned way down. Okay. So, is your guys' screen lagging? Ethan! Ethan! You're going to have to turn your Wi-Fi off. Let's see if I can fix that with hang on. Let's find out if that fixed it. Hopefully it did. It'll take a second for it to catch up. But hopefully that fixed it. Let's see. I hope so, because I really don't want to have to start this live stream all over again. But I will if I have to. It's looking pretty good on my end, though. Is it good? Okay, Miss Renee says it's good. Awesome. So much better. Working good here. Good deal. All right, so it fixed it. All right. Let me back out of this. So, it just so happened that this was kind of what I was wanting to do today anyway. I do have the Oddball Candy Company that I need to share with you guys. I'm trying to make a regular video of that, so it's actually an edited video that's on my channel. So, I've got that I need to do, and I've also got some stuff that Dan sent that I'm really not sure how to make a video with that in the sense of what I do, but I think I'm just going to have like dinner with you guys one day. I wanted to do it this week, but I ended up being out of town a couple days, so the days that I ended up being out of town were the days I was planning on doing it. So, that didn't happen, but it could happen this week. That's what I'm thinking possibly. Can't guarantee it because I've got a bunch of stuff going on this week as well. A bunch of doctor's appointments. Man, ripped my finger earlier. I don't know if you guys see that. Stupid wart that the one that he gave me is right there. He gave me that one, and then when I went to his funeral, I got that one. My buddy gave me he gave it to me on purpose. I know I probably told most of you guys that before, but he told me that he was going to give it to me. And I was like, oh, dude, you're full of it. You're, I was calling bull crap. And he goes, shake my hand. And he shook my hand. I didn't think anything of it. Within 2 days, I had this. I mean, it's actually kind of going away. It's not gone, but it's going away. It'll never go away, I'm sure. Or maybe it will. I don't know. This one right here is right in the bend of my finger. Hang on, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Because it's like in the worst possible spot that it could be. Right in the bend of my finger. And it catches on everything. My jeans. When I stick my hands in my pocket. Everything. I mean, it's just... a lot of times I'll wear like a camouflage Band-Aid over it and wrap it real tight. Anyway, so I've got a bunch of smokes, too, that have been sent to me kind of recently, and I got a bunch, and I do mean a bunch, of foreign smokes. I went through some of them. I actually forgot about another, like, care package of them that Delicious sent me. Link to Delicious down there. He does live streams on occasion. I really enjoy going over there and watching him. So now it's bad again. All right. Ethan, did you listen to me? Okay, yeah, I went to try to fix it, so I'll be right back. Let me, I'm going to go grab something and put it around my router. I'm going to go grab a piece of aluminum and put it around my router and see if I can kind of shoot the signal over this way. I'll be right back. Ethan, come here. is on. Better fucking wait now. I got him sticking a piece of foil around the signal from that anymore, son. What are you doing? There you go. Watch out. I don't even know why I asked him to do it. Walk it from going this way. We'll see. Okay. We'll see how the signal is now. Checking the chat. Here, I'll just check my own stream. Okay. Well, it's looking pretty good now. Okay. So, what I was going to say, and what I started to talk about, was the fact this is going to be most likely an Oregon freeze-dried product that is in this. And I've had a few pork patty MREs in throughout my ration collecting days. Hey, Bob, what's up, dude? I ain't seen you in the chat for a long time. I was on live chat. I might not still be. I'm definitely on live chat now, Investory. Thank you so much. Okay. So, all the pork patty MREs that I've had 2 given to me. 1 by Sticky Fingers, and I have kept it. But the one he sent me, I don't know, it wasn't long after I got it from him, after he sent it to me, the bag started to fall apart on it. And I know he really wanted me to do something with that. And I really, to this day, I still have it. I have it put up. I put it all in a bag so it wouldn't lose it. Because, I mean, like, lose pieces off of it, because it just fell apart. So, anyway, I put all that in the bag, and I intend, if I ever make a pork patty an actual video, that is going to be the ration that I use, because if I remember right, the ones that he had, that case of probably 8, I think they were 84s or 85s. Anyways, the case that he had that came out of was in really good shape, and just the difference in climate, I guess. Hang on 1 second. Be right back. Get Minnie. Come on, Minnie. There you go, buddy. Okay. I hadn't seen her, and today would have been the 3rd day she hadn't been home, so I heard her outside. I figured I better go get her. Where are they? That's not them. Huh. So, maybe it is. I guess these are the ones that Saltycroccollectibles sent me. Although, hang on, I'll be able to figure this out for sure. Oh, hey, a super chat. Hang on just 1 second and I'll check that. Pennsylvania. They both got a Pennsylvania tax stamp on the bottom. That camera is not... I'm thinking it might not be clean. I don't like the front-facing camera on this iPhone at all. That reminds me, does anybody know anybody who has an iPhone they want to get rid of? I really need to find one. But right there, that is the Pennsylvania tax stamp. There we go. Maybe if I do this. Nah, still ain't good. These must be the ones that Saltycroccollectibles sent me. I didn't think I'd smoked that many of them. Like, but I had another pack myself of old Camels like this, but I don't remember what I'd done with them. I know I didn't finish them because there's only 4 left in this pack. But I wanted to try something because the ones he sent me were the old, like, buy 2 get free lighters and like the old cool bonuses that you used to get. I wish they still done stuff like this, but they rarely, I don't even know if they still do, but they have not that distant in the past. Oh, cool. I didn't realize that was in there. Look at that. Did we look at this? This catalog? Look at that. Camel Cash catalog. The Camel Cash motto. Camel Cash saved is some smooth stuff earned. Okay. I don't remember looking at this. Maybe we did. I don't know. But my point is to get one of these lighters out and see if it still works. I've got an Eddie and a Max. And this is when they were going through like that phase of kind of artistic packs. I don't know. It worked. It ain't gonna light very many times. Ow. It's only the 4th cigarette I've had today. Oh yeah, super chat. Forgot about that. Thank you. Let's see if this other one fared any better real quick since I already got it open. There we go. Oh. Let's first try. I love seeing a lighter from like 1991. This lighter's from 1991. It's printed right on it. You ain't gonna be able to see it hardly, but anyway, it says 91 on it. 1991. Okay, super chat. Oh, no way. Alright, let me go back here. There we go. LC Smokey, the word is that your mystery box may be crossing the border this week. Stoked I could make it stoked that I could make it tonight. Thank you for streaming. Well, thank you for the super chat, LC. And obviously, thank you for sending a box this way. You did not have to do that, but we will make good use of it here on this live stream. That is for sure. Something else, you mentioned a while back about trying the macaroni and cheese, and I thought about macaroni. It just got me thinking about macaroni and cheese and like the difference between the American and the Canadian. And I'm pretty sure that like one of the main differences there are that we're still using that red 40 Lake, that red dye that is illegal in like 99% of the world. I want to say it's illegal. They are not allowed to use it in food because it causes cancer and all kinds of stuff. Why is that in all? It's in so many of our foods, so many in America. I know why it's in there. Don't get me started on that. Conspiracy theorist, all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, it's not really a conspiracy whenever you can prove it. But anyway, so I wanted to say thanks to Saltycroccollectibles for sending me these a while back. And I guess I've smoked a bunch of them since then. I don't know. I don't remember smoking that many of them, but I guess I did. You know, somebody I haven't seen in a while is Dub C. I'm wondering where Dub C is at. But I think my signal's finally... Oops. Cancel. My signal's finally good enough. Let me just make a real quick post over here while I'm still doing this. Let's see, general. Well, that tastes different. Ooh. And I have picked up some really cool stuff that I've got coming. There's something else on eBay that I haven't pulled the trigger on. Hopefully it's still, I don't know. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. If I get it, it'd be the only one that I have, and I know how I am. If it's the only one that I have, I don't want to open it because I'm neurotic. If I had two of them, sure, like I'll take the chance with that one. If I screw up, then I've got a backup, and I don't waste and lose that footage and that ration. Then all I got's an empty bag to stick on a shelf, which this empty bag would look really cool. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here in just a second. Alright, we're going to get this pork patty MRE opened up. It is a 1983. I don't know if you guys, some of you guys probably remember the case that I opened about, what's it been, about 6 months ago probably, roughly. I'm just guessing. It was about 6 months ago. Anyway, I opened a case here on a live stream, and we had, I do not remember what menu I had out of that. One of them was really good. The first one I took out of there and tried was actually really good. If I remember right, I think I ate most of it, or all of that ration. And then the second one that I tried might have been spaghetti, and it was awful, I think. But spaghetti, like, it very rarely, coming out of a vintage MRE, is still good. But let me flip the camera around. There's a big topic. I was actually informed of this by Bourbon Street Joe. I didn't know anything about it until just a little bit ago, actually. And it somewhat influenced my decision to go with this ration versus a different one because, like I said, this is one of the ones, like, I should probably save this for a review because I'd say the one that Sticky Fingers sent's going to be rough. I've actually never eaten this menu. I've tried it, but I've never had my own menu. I've eaten it twice. When we were at a meetup, I ate one, and then I was with, who was I with? I can't remember. Anyways, we opened one, and, well, he opened one, and I got to try it. So, but I've never just had my own to eat. Oh, yeah, and I don't have water, so I have to, the water I have to boil in the microwave from bottled water, because I can't fill up a pot. It's wasteful to fill up a pot with even if I bought gallon jugs, I'd end up wasting a bunch of it. So I'm just gonna have to do it by the cup and hope for the best. All right, flip this around. Let's get this started. All right, check this out. This is actually, I'm going to say it's definitely pre-1960. I picked this up at a abandoned hospital, actually. It's got some numbers stamped on it. 8532. Look, it's Volrath, too. Stainless steel. I don't know when Volrath came around. I think they've been around a long time, if I'm not mistaken. But, like I said, that came out of an abandoned hospital. Me and gabeRILLA. Gabe is actually the one that showed me the place. I had no idea. It's got all the measurements on the inside. It's definitely medical, but I just thought that was super cool. and it cleaned up. Like, this thing was caked with mud, and I didn't know. I mean, it looked kind of like it was rusted, but it was just the mud, I guess. And dang, did it clean up good. It looks almost new. I mean, it's got some scuffs on it, but it looks really good. It's got a little bit of rust in it. I did have my 1978 or 79 case of MCIs out, but the whole point was to get an MCI out with smokes is what I wanted to do. All right, so the kind of big news that I was informed of is Mountain House is no longer making the military MCW and LRP mains. They're done. Actually, supposedly by write-up as of 2020. So you might see some 2020s that were in 2021 cases maybe, but I don't think we'll see any in 2022 cases. I could be wrong. There may not. I don't know. Maybe they did have spillover into 2022, or maybe that contract just was agreed on in 2022 and they still had a 2-year contract to run out. So, but now what you're going to find in a Meal Cold Weather or LRP, if they ever make them again, you're going to find the Mountain House Pro Packs. You're not going to. There's no longer going to be the proprietary brown MR or military packaging, and those were different recipes. I don't care what anybody says. I've eaten enough of them. They're even labeled differently because of that. Like, if you go to Walmart or Cabela's or whatever and buy Mountain House right now and you get rice and chicken, it's labeled rice and chicken because there's more rice in it than there is chicken. If you get the MRE main or the MCW main or LRP main, it's labeled chicken and rice because there's more chicken than there is rice by weight. So it's going to be, I mean, they're done. It sucks. I'm not exactly happy about it, but I guess it makes sense that they're doing it, because why not? I mean, it eliminates having to make that special packaging, but it seems to me like that brown packaging is probably cheaper and better than the Pro Pack packaging. The commercial, all that print on it and stuff, that can't be cheap, all that ink and stuff to print or whatever they use to print that. So, I don't know. This is a Right Away Foods. So it's essentially a Rafco. Now, when we get into this, like I said, this could end up not being Oregon freeze dried, but I don't know. Why am I killing you with this meal, Bob? Let's see if this thing's airtight, because it was in the case. I thought. Oh no! Oh no! This one. Look at this. Look at that. Would you just look at it? I thought I felt air come out of it when I picked it up. I don't think it was like that when I took it out of the case. Oh, that smell. There's nothing else that smells like that. It's this particular old plastic has a very, very unique smell. It's, look how clean on the inside. It's just perfection. I'm pretty sure this thing didn't have, yeah, easy opening, no doubt. I'm pretty sure this thing didn't have any holes in it when I first took it out of that case. I'm almost positive. That's had to have happened just from me handling it. And that's what happens with these old ones like this. Sometimes they dry out like this. I mean, this one isn't to the point to where it's just disintegrating yet, like the one that Sticky Fingers sent me. It just would fall apart. If I did this whole thing would just crumble into, I don't know, multiple pieces. Huh. Hey, what's up, Daniel? Daniel, I was just talking about something that will interest you because I know that you can get your hands on Mill Cold Weathers a lot more readily available to you than a lot of us. And Mountain House is no longer making the proprietary military packaging. There's no longer going to be the brown mains anymore. They've switched over, and the contract is for to switch to Pro Packs. They're going to put Mountain House Pro Pack packaging in Mill Cold Weathers and Long Range Patrols if they ever make them again. All right. Ow, dang it. Oh, see? That thing's just splitting off my freaking hand. I'd love to just grab a hold of it and yank it off of there. Oh. Okay, let's see what's in this thing. I'm not even sure. These are going to be awesome. We got crackers. We got the old... Look at that. Look at the salt that you can see through the packaging. I mean, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's all that is salt. These crackers are 10 times better than a modern cracker. It's unreal how much better they are. Okay. What else we got in here? What's in the box? Applesauce. Ooh, I like a good fermented applesauce. This is probably going to be one. I don't know. We will find out. Let's see what the date code is, if there is one. There we go. The 126th day of 1983. So this legitimately is 40 years old. Like, we're probably right at, well, maybe not. We're not 120 days in yet. Never mind, that'd be April. Well, that May, maybe. Like May 5th. So almost. Oh, man, I was hoping that was peanut butter or something. Cheese spread. It feels like perfect. Honestly, it's soft, malleable. No hard spots in it whatsoever. No tough spots. That's unusual. Date code on the cheese spread. Is there one? Looks like there's something stamped on it right here. Hang on, let me look. Oh, this is from 1982. 2055 or 53. 2053. So that's a 1982 cheese spread. That cheese spread is as old as I am. It's actually a little bit older than I am. I was born in June of 82, so this is like February of 1982. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Nice. Accessory packet D. Look at that. What did I do with that last one? I know I saved the ketchup, but I'm pretty sure I opened the accessory packet. Can't remember. What else we got here? Oh, look at that. This is your main right here. Freeze-dried cooked pork patties. It says patties. Who made it? It's hard to see. Let's turn this light off. Nope, that did not help. Right Away Foods Corporation. Huh. It's looking like this was made by Right Away Foods. So this was made by Rafco, freeze-dried division. Okay, here's an interesting little part. Ingredients: pork, cornmeal, salt, sugar, black pepper, and rosemary. And that is it. That's all that's in here. All right, what do we got here? Eat dry or reconstitute in hot or cold water. To reconstitute, cover the patty with water. Let soak until soft. 1 to 5 minutes, and then drain. Nice. I wonder how much weight on that. 34 grams. It weighs almost nothing, but it looks like it's in absolutely perfect condition. And that's what happens if you find a decent case of sealed first gens like that. Hopefully you get lucky and it's like that. Cocoa beverage powder. A little bit of delamination happening on this. But I like that packaging. It's good looking. This packaging did not last very long. This brown, these went to like that navy bluish color. I mean, they went to that color in the first generation. So we're still all brown as of right now. And look at this. Boom. These are called the Reagan cookies. Cookies chocolate covered. These are oatmeal cookies chocolate covered. But these are the round version. And there are two of them, as you can see. There's one under here. See the separation, the difference on them? First time I ever found these, I was freaked out. I was like, what the heck? Round cookies? I didn't know they made round cookies. Super cool item. One of my favorite things to get. And I'll be honest, these, I don't know why, but they are considerably better than the rectangle ones. I don't know what it is. It's just the flavor's better, the chocolate's better, the texture's better, and these ones are in perfect shape. This is unbelievable. Like, it's a really good looking little spoon we got there too. It's got like a pearl essence to it. I don't know if you guys can see that. You guys see that pearl essence to the spoon? That is weird. It's not just the plastic either. Let's take a look at it. Look at that. That almost looks like almost, you know, those little pearl or mother of pearl shell spoons. It's almost what that looks like. Holy cow. Yeah, I've ripped that pretty bad. All right. I got to take a time out and go tape this up. I'll be right back. I'll just grab the bandage and come in here. Okay. Alright, so these are super cheap bandages. I've looked for them a couple times since I've found out how good these were after using them a few times, and they haven't had them, but I got these at the Dollar Tree. I bought these back when things were still $1 at the Dollar Tree. But they're like, they got that little bit of flexibility to them. So you can kind of stretch them a little bit. Ow. That hurt. And it sticks to itself really good. So it should hold up. Alright. So I need to boil some water. That's what I need to do. I'm going to do it in the measuring cup. That way I'm not wasting it, and I've got a nice funnel to pour out of. I'm going to have to go wash this thing out a little bit before I go dumping some water in it. Got some apple sauce on it right there. It's old Russian apple sauce. So I will be right back. Turn that hot water on. stuff in the microwave. You can take that out. You take it out and then put it back in there and put it in there for 2 minutes. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Turned into a whole thing. Alright. This is going to be what I'm guessing is going to be a pretty unique meal that I get to have here. These are Reagan cookies, pork patty, crackers. All we got is cheese spread for them crackers, man. Ugh. I'm going to have to dig something else up for those crackers. Oh, we got applesauce. Wow, this is a pretty big meal, man. And it felt tiny. I thought there really wasn't much to this. But surprisingly, there is quite a bit. All right. These accessory packets are quite rare. And every time somebody does what I just done, there's one less. Oh, God, that smells so good. There's such a nostalgia hit to that scent for me now. It's just that gum, the mintiness, the cardboard, the phosphorus on the matches. It's just everything. The coffee, if there is any, I think there is. There we go. Oh, all right. First up, we have a perfect condition Coffee Instant Type 1. 2.2 grams net with ascorbic acid. Manufactured by General Foods Corporation. White Plains, New York. Here we have 6 grams of Amstar sugar. Nice. We got some Stickney and Pour. Clemsfield, Massachusetts. Iodized salt. 40-year-old iodized salt. We got some of the Blue TP. Or butt ration. Paper towel. Whatever you want to use it for. Made by Tufco. I believe it's... I don't know if that's company name or not. I looked into that once and it didn't seem like it wasn't. Here we have our Catsup dehydrated, 7 grams. Use dry or reconstitute. In every envelope, use dry or reconstitute in envelope by adding 2 teaspoonsful of water. I can't believe that they went with a freeze-dried ketchup like this. It's super cool, man. So in 1982, were there not ketchup packets? I'm trying to think back. When I was a little kid at McDonald's, it seems like we had ketchup packets back then. I don't know. I don't know when they started making those. I know I've never looked into it. I would assume probably the 70s, but may have been earlier. Some good looking gum. Looks like it's in really good shape. We got our matches made by good old D.D. Bean & Sons, of course. And their strike on back. White tip black matches. Black and white matches. And we have our cream substitute dry non-dairy that feels like it is also perfect. Awesome. Everything is just in impeccable condition so far. Judging by the looks of everything, you know, from my experience eating these things, I'm going to guess that I'm probably going to be able to eat just about, if not everything. So, let's move all this awesomeness over here to the side. God, what a cool accessory packet. Perfect freeze-dried type 1 coffee. Perfect freeze-dried ketchup. Really good-looking Chiclets gum and blue toilet paper. That is a all-star accessory packet, if I ever seen one. I don't know, man. Just something about the vintage look and feel of all this. This kind of gives me this weird feeling inside. I don't know if I'm just feeling nostalgic or what, but I that's what's happening. that's what I'm going through here. All right, coffee cups. Get as much of this prepped beforehand as possible. Going to do the All right. It's got some delamination going on here, but I'm not that worried about it. I'd say it's probably going to be okay. Let's take a look at it real quick. Oh, yeah. Give it a little taste. That was a little more than I wanted to put in my hand, but here we go. That tastes perfect. And it's so much better than the new stuff, man. I don't understand how they went so far backwards on some of this stuff. Especially like the cocoa beverages, man. Like the old cocoa beverages are just killer. And the MCI ones, when you find a good one of those, or anything earlier than an MCI, I've actually had real C ration hot cocoa before that was still good. All right, let's take a look at this. You know, you almost hate to open that, but I'm going to do it anyway. Where's my... There it is. Look at that. Perfection. Let's see this going in the cup. A very unique smell to this first generation MRE coffee. Very, very displayable still. I save as much of that stuff because I do feel like it's eventually going to be needed or wanted by someone. I've got enough of my own, but I think it's going to need passed on to others in the near future. So there's actually a museum for sale right near me, and it's not just a museum. It's a great big huge house that's next door to it, and then there's a museum next door to it that was built in like 2005 or 2009. And then across the street, there's this old 5-car garage thing and another lot across the street. It's over in a town that's not exactly my biggest cup of tea, but I'm thinking there might be some opportunity there that we could possibly maybe put a permanent Ration Museum there. But I would have to buy the house and all and commit to the house. And I don't know if I'm ready to do all that, because it's not, that house would take a whole lot of renovating. Let's take a look at this non-dairy creamer and see if it's any count. Well, look at that. Look how perfect. Alright, I gotta try it before I put it on in my what essentially right now is perfect coffee. That looks really good. Just judging by the appearance. Give it a try. Yeah, I had a really long conversation with Sean the other day. He's been working a whole bunch. Wow, that tastes really good. That's like better than any creamer I've had in a long time. It's got quite a vanilla hit to it, to be honest. My palate is super clean. I haven't eaten anything today at all. Nothing. I didn't know that I was going to be blessed with such a impeccably kept and such a cool meal. I didn't know I was going to get this lucky. But I'm glad that I prepped my palate so much. Let me go grab that hot water. I will be right back. Okay. This is just... Let's see. It's just under 2 cups. Well, that's about 6 ounces right there. So I haven't even put 8 ounces in that. This, I believe, calls for 6. Nope, third of a canteen cup. 8 ounces. Okay, cool. So that's going to take pretty much all the water. And a little bit more over here. There we go. All right. Let's give this stuff a real quick stir. Glad I did that because there was a whole bunch of powder stuck to the bottom. I'll tell you what, even if I just had this hot chocolate, it would be enough of a treat to make me happy. This is, I don't know. I can't say enough about how lucky I feel right now. Okay, I'll give the coffee a quick stir. It's got a nice little froth on top of it. Look at that. Perfect cup of 40-year-old coffee. It's crazy to say, 40-year-old brown bag. well, that's where we're at. I guess there's 42-year-old brown bags, the 1980 ones that exist. I know there's not a whole bunch of those, but there should be 81s and for sure 82s out there, because I had a case of 82s I wish I had back. I'm trying this coffee. It went down the wrong hole. Try again. Wow, that's hot. Oh, that's hotter than the boiling water I usually use. Whew. Super well-balanced cup of coffee. Especially if you like cream and sugar like I do. I should have tried this just on its own. I don't know why. I was just thinking, looking at that cup of coffee, it's like that's a perfect example of what it should probably taste like. It's got that perfect amount of like just a little bit of acidity that kind of gives it that little tiny bit of a sour note, but the creamer and the sugar really balance that out, and it's, oh gosh, it's really good. Really good. Okay. Let's tackle these amazing crackers with a little bit of delamination on them. I'm going to cut them instead of ripping them. Last time I ripped them, it was a mess. Here we go. All right. Nice little vacuum release there. Look at that. Oh, they're broken. Golly, the salt. Holy cow. Look at the salt. These ones are caked in it. Almost, I hate to say it, but almost too much salt. Just judging by the way they look. Look at all the salt in there. Stuck to the packaging still. This is unusual. I have had plenty of like well salted crackers, but these are probably 2 to 3 times the amount of salt that they usually have. I would argue that they should have. All right, yep, nope. That was these. All right. Let's go for the Reagan cookies. Luckily, I didn't cut my fingernails off today like I meant to. Look at that. Perfection. My goodness. I'll put them over here. Look at that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Let's check out the applesauce. I'm curious what this is going to have to be super dark brown. But that doesn't always mean that it's like weird or bad. It's just oxidation. But at this time, they really didn't have these retort pouches figured out quite yet. I mean, they had them figured out, but not well enough that things were just perfect all the time, you know? Now, this is going to be glued in here for whatever reason. Like, there was no room for it to move anyway. Let's go ahead and hot glue it in there. Why did they do this? I would love to know who the genius was that came up with the idea. Hey, boss, You know those pouches that we fold over that barely fit in those boxes anyways? I think we should probably glue them in there. What do you think? That's a good idea, Johnson. Go ahead and put some glue on them. I mean, this is just absurd. And then you're taking a chance of ripping your retort. Look at that. I mean, this is no joke. Very rare do you come across glue that's still like malleable like that. But look at that. It's like spray glue is what it looks like. The type of stuff we used to use in the asbestos trade. The asbestos abatement trade. Yeah, that's sticky. It's a good looking retort right there though. Look at that. Nice print. Really nice. Applesauce. 3126A2P. Not real sure about that. And of course the tear notches are on the wrong side. I mean, you'd want them up here where there's not. Alright, flip it over. Okay. There we go. Actually doesn't look bad. Looks pretty good to me. I don't smell anything. Nothing. It's got, well, maybe just a tiny bit of a little bit of apple scent, you know? Just, it's slight, but it's there. Very faint. Put it in here. I'm not gonna lick the packaging like I would normally do. I don't want to get a gauge on it just yet. So it's certainly got the color of oxidation, but texture looks good. It's not like overly runny. It's actually kind of exactly how I want my applesauce to be. Well, that's going to stay in there because I can't try it. Well, I can, but... Alright, pork patty. Razor knife this bad boy open. Let's see here. Alright. It smells like kind of like plastic more than anything else. Look at that. Oh gosh. Cats are out there fighting. Be right back. All right, Stella, that's enough. Watch out. Watch out. Move. Move. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Where was I at? Oh yeah, checking this out. Great big old neighbor cat out there picking a fight. Oh, okay. Well, that does have a little bit of a smell to it. Well, kind of went away. It's kind of like, well, it smells kind of like a pork rind. You know, a pork rind's kind of got that. I wouldn't call it pleasant. You know, it's not super unpleasant, but it's not like, doesn't smell like a piece of sausage. It smells like a pork rind. Look at that. I mean, super simple ingredients. Can't wait to try that. It's going to be awesome. Okay, last thing I got is this cheese spread. Give it a good, solid hand roll knead here. All right, try. Take it off this side. A bunch of plastic hanging off the end of that. It's going to make your cheese spread come out weird. Oh well. Take a look at it. Wow, that actually looks... That doesn't look bad at all. It doesn't even smell that, like it doesn't have that much of a smell to it. Huh. Well, I fully expected that to be kind of weird, but it's not. All right, super salty cracker try time. Let's see what this is like. So the vintage crackers are much closer to the flavor of a saltine than your later crackers are. I'm not even picking up like really any malted barley or anything in there. Of that salt. What are you huffing and puffing about? What? I told you that lunch. Oh no, you should give him the chicken. I told him. So the crackers are super dry, but that's to be expected. The salt does help with that. And if I could buy crackers like this right here, just like this, maybe a little less salt, because like seriously, they're caked. I would buy crackers like this. I mean, they're super good. Hang on. Let me cleanse the old palate after that. Actually, I'm going to go for the cheese spread next. It just seems like the natural order of things. And yeah, it's got a little bit of a peachy colored, I would say, look to it, like a very light peach with a little tinge of brown to it, which I've been told by guys that had this fresh that this is the correct color. That it was. It just didn't have a bunch of that yellow added color that they've started to think. I guess all Americans think cheese should be yellow. No cheese is naturally yellow. None. So all that cheese that we're used to being yellows, that's not natural. All right, here we go. Wow. I mean, it's strong, but other than that, I would say there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's super cheesy, it's salty, tangy. It's got a really strong cheddar flavor to it, obviously. But no weird feelings in my mouth. No, which I've had multiple times with cheese. More than I can count, actually. But no off, like nothing at all. I'm not picking up on anything at all, which is odd. Usually there's something a little off about the cheese, especially in a first gen. I'm not getting that. So, I'm going in. Wait, cleanse the palate. Got to get that cheese out of my mouth. And believe it or not, this coffee, especially like I would say all the way up into the, well, yeah, up into the 2000s, coffee, it's like a really effective palate cleanser. I mean, even if you got like some weird numbness and craziness going on in your mouth, if you take a hit of this coffee, it can usually wash it out. Water does not work like that. Yeah, it's definitely aged cheese. I mean, there's no doubt about that. No doubt. All right. So, nice. Look at that. That is awesome. All right, I'm going to break a chunk off here. Still can't smell nothing. All right. It says right on the package you can eat dry or reconstitute. So we're going to eat this part right here dry. Let's see how it is. LC says it looks like bread. Yeah. I can see that. Wow. That is in really, really good shape. It tastes... So I would have to say that the flavor is not super strong. It's actually kind of mild. I would call it very mild. But the salt, the pepper, the rosemary, definitely pick up on that. It tastes like a breakfast sausage, but a mild one. Like it's absolutely perfect. I'm going to reconstitute this chunk. Yeah, I'm even going to. I want another little bite off of it, I think. Oh, shoot. I ain't got no hot water. Dang it. Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta go get some hot water. Alright, I put that in the microwave. As soon as it gets done, I'll throw it in there. Going to move on to the applesauce. The applesauce is quite thick for applesauce, to be honest. This is probably the thickest MRE applesauce I've had. I mean, I'm surprised at how thick it is, actually. See what I mean? Alright, small bite to start with, just in case, because I don't know. Alright, here we go. Down the hatch. What? That doesn't taste aged at all. I'm a little disappointed. I like the old aged applesauces, and this tastes like a fresh applesauce. I swear I can't believe it's 40 years old. It does not taste 40 years old, not even a little tiny bit. It's sweet, not really tangy or anything. It's got a nice apple flavor to it. Smooth, kind of velvety on the texture. This has to be done. Wow. The saltiness with the sweet of the applesauce, the way these flavors are mixing together. Oh. That is a perfect snack. Get that water. The aftertaste to that is like, it reminds me of biscuits and apples. That's the thing that they do at a Tudor's here. You get like, they call them fried apples, but it's like cinnamon apples. And put it on a biscuit, in a biscuit. Or like a really decent applesauce on a biscuit. That's kind of what the aftertaste of that tastes like. Alright, I don't want to get this chunk wet. I'm removing it from the equation. So I am going to eat that dry. Alright, here we go. Trying to get this water in here. Try to show you guys when I do it. Alright. That's plenty of water. Alright. Reminds me of like a goldfish in a bag at fair time. Oh, it's going to end up falling over and leaking. Hang on. How do I remedy this? Need a clip. Like a chip clip or something. I don't have one handy. Alright. Dang it. This is not working for me. I couldn't imagine trying to do this out in the field. You just have to put the water in it and pray it didn't spill, I guess. That'll have to do. Alright. Cleanse the palate really quick after the applesauce and crackers. God, that coffee's so good. It's starting to cool down. I want it to be hotter. All right, Reagan cookies. They're so perfect looking, I almost hate to bite them. They don't, look at that. All right. Let me see if I can separate them. It's not going to happen. Oh, spoke too soon. It did happen. That's another rarity that they come apart. Look at that. All right, now I can take a proper bite of one cookie. Look at that. The crunch with a little bit of chewiness on the outside of it that all kind of mixes together. I mean, these just the rectangle ones don't compare to these. They're different. They are very, very different. I know, really, I think mainly the only difference is the shape. That and the fact that you get two. Stop it. Stop. Stop. No. It's like the chocolate really soaks into these better, I think. All right, you got to stop. Here. Come here. All right, you're going to say hello to everybody because I guess you want to. Say hi. Right here. Look. Hey. No, no, no. Right. No. Right there. No. Right there. Here. There you go. You see you? Huh? Loosey goosey. Where's your noise? You going to meow? Meow. All right. She's a handful. She's something else. Mm. Mm. They have a very unique crunch, overall texture to them. I mean, it's similar to other textures, but different. It's the only thing I've had that's got like that little bit of a mix of a chewiness in with the crunchy, like just straight up crunchiness of the cookie. Really cool. Look at this. Look at the foam on top of that. I got to give this cocoa beverage it's going to be awesome. I just know it is. There we go. Wow. Nothing bad to say. It's sweet. It's chocolatey. It's couldn't be better. It really couldn't be better. If you asked me to come up with a formula for hot chocolate, I could not beat this. I can't think of anything that would make this better. The only thing I could think would be like marshmallows, because I like marshmallows, but obviously that's not what we're talking about. As far as a straight cocoa beverage powder goes, that's the best. I've sampled a lot of cocoa beverage powders over the years. And for years, like, that's how I drank my coffee. I would dump a thing of hot cocoa powder in with it, just because instead of using cream and sugar and crap like that, I'd just throw a thing of hot cocoa in it, or Coke. I think, what did I use? Nestle. I use Nestle all the time because it was the best in my opinion. But that right there blows it out of the water. There's really not even a comparison between that and this. This is that much better. It's really, I don't know, there's something special about it. Just getting to drink it in general. Knock off all the loose crap. I don't want it going in my, going in my drink, because I'm going to dip it. Here we go. I'll probably give it a minute. I don't think it's very absorbent. Could be wrong. It might end up falling off in there, but I don't think so. And so the chocolate's not really melting on it either. There we go. Did soften it up quite a bit. I wish I had a pile. Just a big pile of those. And a big pile of these, the dark brown packaging cocoa beverage powders. All right. Yep, it started leaking. Nope. Here. Supposed to drain the liquid off of it, so I'm just going to pull it out like this and go get rid of this. All right. Well, it's definitely lost a lot of its color, I would have to say. That side looks good. Feels like it's reconstituted pretty well. It's nice and hot. All right. Reconstituted 40-year-old pork patty. Still a little crunchy on the center, but I will say it has a lot more flavor. A lot more. A whole lot more pork flavor. Picking up on the pepper more. Picking up on the rosemary as well. Still a mild breakfast sausage, but nowhere near as mild as it was dry. It's awesome. It's really good, actually. I would eat that for breakfast every day, without a question. That would make an awesome sandwich. Where you reconstitute it like that, it's super juicy on the inside. If you had a piece of bread to throw that on and have a sausage sandwich, now I really want to try that. I want to make that a sandwich. Oh, hey, Dan's here. Sorry I'm late. Been taxi driver for my mom. Post-knee replacement. Even with an extra day, I can't be on time. I hear you, dude. You sound like me. Yeah, don't tell me what time to be there. Tell me like 30 minutes before the time you want me to be there, and I'll be there. But thank you for that super chat, Dan. And you're on the other side of the world, so it's like, what, first thing in the morning for you over there, right? Isn't it like, well, maybe it's like 10 a.m. over there now. I think we're 12 hours apart. It's tomorrow for Dan. He's living in the future. See, it's the 20th for him. Dan, this has been an amazing meal, dude. It's hard to say that it's not the best first generation MRE I've ever had. And I've held off eating a pork patty multiple times. I could have eaten one, like just had the whole meal, and I didn't do it. And now I just shared that experience with you guys. And this pork patty is, I mean, perfection. You can tell that they were making it so that anybody could eat it, because it doesn't have, like, it's not overly spiced in any way at all, but it is enough flavor that it makes it really easy to eat and desirable. You know, you get that flavor, and the aftertaste is really good. The only thing I will say, like, that I could say negative about it, at the reconstituted part, is where some of the middle hasn't rehydrated perfectly. It kind of gives you that impression of having like a piece of gristle in it or something. Even though I haven't encountered gristle in this yet. And a lot of times when you get sausages like this, you'll run across a piece of gristle or something here and there. And I haven't had that issue with this. I really want to go get a piece of bread and slap even that one bite right there on a piece of bread. I'm going to do it. Well, I guess I could eat it with the cracker, which is probably the way it's intended, but I think I'd much prefer the bread. Do a piece on the cracker. That'll do. Jeez. Sausage and crackers. Well, that salt really takes over the whole flavor of everything. Just ain't the same as bread, I can tell you that. I'm going to grab a piece of bread. All right. Got to give this a proper try. All right. All right. Breakfast sausage on bread. Wow. That's exactly like what I expected. Just like having one of those little microwave biscuit things, except way more sausage. Nice thick piece of sausage. Mmm. Hmm. Super enjoyable. Now, I got to try the applesauce on the bread. The bread does complement the sausage really nicely. Just something about having that bread in there really makes it feel a whole lot more like a something breakfast. Here we go. Mm. Now it just tastes like apple butter. Straight up. The best condition 40-year-old, well, first generation even. This is the best condition applesauce I've had out of a first generation. And I've been eating them for years. You got to think, like I've had first generation that, let's see, go from 85 to, I've had it that was 25 years old. So, you know, for this to have another 15 years on that and it to be in this shape, I will say that case that I got to, it looks rough on the outside. Like it's got a corner to it that looks like something leaked out of it, but it didn't. All right, I hear you. Jeez. All right. Gotta have another bite of this. Cracker's better than the bread. Mm. Great combo right there. Mm. I wish I could share this with every single person that has tuned in tonight. I mean, I did to the best of my ability through a screen, but I mean, in real life, this would be a great one to actually have other people try. You know what I mean? A lot of times I eat old food, I wouldn't subject someone else to that. But in this case, this wouldn't be subjecting them to anything. It'd be privileging. They'd be privileged to get to try this. I'm not gonna warp the aftertaste that I got going on with the cookie in this. Mm. God, that's so good. I want to heat both those back up, the coffee and the cocoa beverage powder, because what are the cookies? They're like snickerdoodles and has caramel and nuts, no chocolate. Grasshoppers? Are we talking about grasshoppers? Grasshoppers, do they have chocolate? They don't, do they? Like a snickerdoodle, though. A snickerdoodle? Like a snickerdoodle has caramel and nuts, no chocolate. You got me stumped. I thought I had the camera turned around. Ooh. Came in rations. I'm thinking there's a 2012. Got nuts in it, though? Yeah. Something's like a snickerdoodle, though. Cinnamon cookie? Smokey, is this ration one you think should be brought back? No, dude. No. Go on. Ugh. I had to let him in because he was fighting. And he's fixed. Like, he was just, I guess, defending his territory. Back, or any ration that has been discontinued worthy to be brought back. If so, why? Well, thank you for the super chat, LC. That is something I will definitely speak on. This ration right here, being that it's freeze dried, I think that they could bring a version of this back in a meal cold weather type setting and have that pork patty as a side to add to a main. That would be perfect. Or to make a sandwich out of, since we've got so many. We have real bread options that they're not really using. What you say, buddy? Huh? What you say, bud? He's a pretty boy. He's a pretty boy. Yeah, he loves me. This guy, he loves me. Don't you, buddy? You love your old dad, don't you? Here, hop down. I think he got a chunk taken out of his backside there. Fighting a minute ago. That's why I had to stop and go out there. Yeah, he's a big cat. He is a big. He's not like heavy weight-wise, but he's got great big paws. He's gonna get big the older he gets. Right now, I mean, I don't know how old he is because he showed up and he was an adult. I would say he's probably at least 5. He might be, yeah, I'd say he's probably at least 5. He might be a little bit older than that, or maybe even a year or two younger than that. Not 2, because I'd put him at 2, and he's been here. He's probably been here 2 years at least, maybe 3. I don't know. There for a while, people were dropping them off left and right, and I was getting cats showing up. It was just chaos. Okay, I got to think about that cookie. Let me get the dog and then I'm going to have to look it up. All right, come on, Dum Dum. Stop. Okay. It is time for a smoke. Back up. Go on. I think I'm going to have a Canadian now because I had that. Well, you know what? No, I'm going to just stick with the Camel follow up because I got more of these. $30-year-old camel, 33-year-old camel, 32-year-old camel, 33, 32, 33. Yeah. Not much younger than this ration. Okay, let's see what we can figure out about that cookie. If I can figure anything out at all. I've been looking at RVs, but I've also been looking at properties, and I should show you guys the one with the that comes with the museum. I guess I could pull it up. No. Oh, never seen that one before. Don't matter. Alright, let's find this. Can't remember what it looked like. Surely I'll know it when I see it. What? Can't remember what the price was on it either. I think I kind of remember what the address was. But I was talking to Sean, telling Sean about it, and I showed it to him to see what he thought. Got 82.26 acres for $300,000 on here. And they got 270 acres for $1.1 million. What is going on? Anyway, to LC's question. Back to that. I mean, obviously I'd bring back corned beef hash as a breakfast. I mean, that would be my first bring back implication. Like, that'd be the first menu that I brought back into circulation immediately. That, I feel like there's not enough breakfast options. Out of the 24 menus, like, usually there's 2 breakfast menus, and you got how many guys trying to eat out of these cases? And you know, sometimes they're having breakfast out of MRE cases. It's not super common, but it's common enough that there should be more options. There should be, per 12 menus, there should be at least 2 of those menus, maybe 3 of those menus. You know what? 25% of them should be breakfast. And I think hash browns with bacon should be in both case A and B, and there should be like a variation, kind of like they did with the eggs in the MCWs and the LRPs. The last couple menus, very similar. just some different sides and stuff. That's what they should do with the hash browns with bacon, MRE main, and make one in each case. Then other changes of something I'd bring back. So there was a menu called beefsteak. It wasn't beefsteak with mushrooms or mushroom sauce, or it was just beefsteak. That was it. I loved that menu. It was so good, and it held up. I mean, really, really well. That main, I've had it come out of like super heat compromised MREs, and like everything else more or less was bad, but the main was still edible. So it holds up really good in the retort pouch. So beefsteak would be another one that I would bring back. That ran, I think 99, 2000, 2001 maybe. No, 98, 99 maybe. And then in 2000 or 2001, they added this mushroom sauce crap with it. It was beefsteak with mushrooms. Ruined it. They absolutely ruined it. I'm not a big fan of mushrooms myself. Maybe if somebody deep fried them or fried them in a skillet and butter, I don't know. I'm trying to think of ways that they might be good. But just mushrooms thrown in like spaghetti or something, like they're all slimy and they taste like dirt. Like, who wants that? Something really interesting that I found out that I just happened across this information. It's kind of by happenstance. I wasn't looking for it. It auto played on my YouTube while I was away from my screen. Like I was watching something, a documentary of some kind. Came back, and this was playing, and it was about the avocado industry. Pretty, uneventful type of business you would think, right? We could not be more wrong about that assumption. If you had the same assumption that I had, like, it's avocado farms, which I knew most of them came from south of the border. Like, that's just pretty common knowledge that most of them come from Mexico. So there are all these avocado farms down there. And the cartel has decided that they want to take over the avocado business. And they are. And some of the stuff that they're doing is the stuff that you would see them doing back, 10, 15 years ago, whenever like they were really crazy feuding and doing all that stuff in the drug trade and trafficking, which they still do. Just like those people you saw kidnapped down that just crossed the border down in Texas. And I think, sadly, 2 of those people did not make it. I couldn't even imagine. I don't even know if they knew that they crossed the border. I don't know how that works down there. I've never been down there driving around, but it seems like it'd be pretty easy to cross the border down there. So, yes, James, actually every single avocado almost is like compromised in one way, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. If you've seen that documentary, my buddy who's like he don't pay attention to anything like that. He could care less. But me and him were just talking about a situation here at home that this kind of somewhat related to. So I was like, that's weird. Just so happened. I'm going to send him the link to this. And he watched it. He texted me back. He's like, I'll never eat another avocado in my life. Like, it's that bad. It is crazy what they're doing. I mean, if they see a large profit like that, and especially if it's an easy profit, which it's once you get the trees up, like the hard part's done. Like the farmers have already done really the hard part. Well, it's like, they just got to pick them every year. So they see all that money and all that opportunity, and they just take it. They just take it. They don't work for it. They just take it. It's bad. Let me see, here. I'll go back into my history. Okay, here now it's letting me scroll through this crap again. I don't know how I haven't came across that place yet. Well, the internet is not good. And I can hear him in there on the computer. When I told him to get off of it, because it was killing the signal in here. I'll look one more time for that place. Huh. It's not going to show it to me. Alright. I'll pull that up on my history and tell you guys what it was. So you guys know that I'm not really like the doomsday prepper guy. I'm not the type to be like, everything's going to happen. You gotta be ready for the economy to crash or the nuke to go off or the, I don't know what else, the natural disaster, whatever it may be. Oh, here we go. Narco avocados. Violent drug cartels are taking over Mexico's avocado trade. It's a documentary by Official W5. Here, I'll show you. It's this one right here. Flip the camera around. Maybe. Can I flip it over? Right there. Avocado industry. W5 investigation. Official W5 channel. It's an interesting watch, I'll tell you that. It's interesting. Australia grows our own avocados. I will start my own cartel and import avos to the U.S. guilt-free avocados. Yeah, because the first thing that came to mind was like blood avocados, like blood diamonds. now you're gonna have these blood avocados. It's gonna be where's the conflict-free avocados at? If it wasn't for the shipping being such a monumental task from Australia and probably having to pick them slightly early because they're going to have to go on a ship and they're going to be on that ship for probably at least, I'm going to say 2 weeks, and in the heat, there would be a whole process of figuring out when the perfect time to pick them would be while they ripen in transit for them to come from Australia to here, and then you have that monumental price tag of shipping. But from what I understand, I didn't realize this was happening right now. I didn't know that this was, I really didn't think this was a thing. I thought that the trucking industry and the transportation industry was still booming. I couldn't be more wrong. Like, there are auctions all over the place of companies liquidating. I've seen 2 banks locally. There was a there's a quarry that's done at trucking companies all over the place, though, not just locally. Like, there are trucks for sale everywhere. I've always thought, like, to buy a decent semi that doesn't have 1,000,000 miles on it, that doesn't, like, anything that's under 500,000 miles on a truck, like, you're doing all right on that truck. It's because you'll see 2019, 2018 trucks that have over 500,000 miles on them. Like, trucks get a crazy amount of miles. They rack them up. It's crazy how many miles they can put on them. Anyway, so I've been looking at trucks lately, thinking you'd have to spend my thought was 50,000 or more on a used semi truck to even get anything that was halfway decent. And now I'm seeing trucks that are coming up for like $20,000 that are, what did I see? A 2017. I seen a 2017 Volvo, I think it was, and I seen a 2015 Peterbilt. Um, both of them in really good. They look to be in really good shape. They had brand new tires on them. Just had the engine serviced. Like it seeing stuff like that, it just shows me, Tim. I get your point. I too would prefer the older, more reliable trucks. But if you actually try to get into the industry, like there'll be some of these places that you deliver to, they won't allow an older truck in there. They just won't. They won't allow an older truck to pull their trailer. So you got your own trailer and you're pulling your own stuff, but they're still, like, it just depends. They want you to have newer style trucks. Like, I'm going to say probably like 2010 up, or maybe 2008 up. I'd say that's probably pushing it if you're going to try to actually get into the industry and not be the guy buying brand new trucks, which I don't know how much a brand new truck costs right now. I'm curious. How much is a sleeper cab semi truck brand new price right now? Between 125,000 and 150,000 on average for a 2021 and 2022 models from these companies. 2-bedroom super sleeper truck. What? That looks like something that would interest Trucker, maybe. I don't know, man. I've just been racking my brain. I've got to do something, and this economy is so crazy right now that I don't think anybody really knows what's going to happen next. Other than we can always count on the government not doing what it should do. So whatever you think the government should do, you can pretty much count on them doing the opposite. Just like the Palestine up there in Ohio. You'd think they should come straight in, help out, do whatever they can to help out. Nope. Instead, they just don't show up. They don't. I mean, what? 2 weeks? Was it 2 weeks later? And they weren't even going to if they wouldn't have got pressure from the media and Trump showing up there. Like, I think that's really probably the main reason. Like, well, if he came, we can't not go now. Oh, did you guys hear that Trump got his YouTube page back yesterday? I think it was yesterday or day before. I think it was yesterday though. Anyway, Trump got his YouTube channel back, and he got his Facebook page back. I don't fool with Facebook, and I've never seen anything of him on YouTube, but I guess it's a big deal. So, I think this, luckily, a little bit, it's changing a little bit, but with those Twitter files that came out showing that the FBI literally was paying Twitter $3.4 million. They paid him for shutting people's pages down. Like, say I was on there. I mean, I wouldn't be political on there, but just say I was on there talking politics and they didn't like it. They literally either shadow banned me or banned me altogether. Crazy stuff what's going on. I saw the headline. I've seen about 1 million headlines that Trump's going to jail. I can tell you one thing. Mark my words. Trump will never go to jail. They have been all up in that guy. Like, they may as well have crawled up in his butthole and looked around, because they've been everywhere else. And they still ain't found nothing. I'm just saying, like, could any of you withstand the scrutiny that he's been under for the past, like, 6 years now? So that's almost 7 years? Nope. Nope. I would have gave up, man. Like, I don't know. I would have gave up, because there's only so much a man can take. He's got something that a lot of people don't have. Like, a lot of people wouldn't make it through that. What time is it? All right. Have the smoke, chat with you guys, and then take off. Other menus. Let me look back at some menus real quick. Let me pull the menus. I never did figure out that cookie thing. Did you guys figure it out? There we go. All MRE menus. Okay. All right, let's go to the bottom. So I think pork patty is a it wouldn't really work so much for a main in a MRE anymore, but I could see it being added over into, like I said, the LRP or MCW as like a added side dish. Be awesome. I think it'd be great to have something like that you could add into with your eggs or something like those menus, like those breakfast menus. It'd be perfect. Let's see. Oh, I'd bring back chicken and rice. I don't know how I didn't think of that, like, right off the rip. The chicken and rice MRE main, that would be menu. What did I always used to think of chicken and rice as menu something? I can't remember what menu it was. It was always stuck in my head. That's one I'd bring back. I would do away with the garlic mashed potatoes and switch them over to buttered mashed potatoes. We would get rid of those horrible garlic mashed potatoes. They're so bad. They don't have a redeeming quality. I can eat them sometimes, like I can force myself to eat them, especially if I'm really hungry, but I just don't like them. And if you don't want to make them butter, just straight up mashed potatoes, no flavor, stick a package of Better Buds, or what is it, Butter Buds, stick a pack of that in there, call it done. I'd like to see Chicken a la King come back. I'm one of those guys that would love to see one of the most hated menus make a comeback. I like Chicken a la King. I think it's actually really good when it's good. And when it's bad, it's really bad. It's like one of those menus that there's not really an in between. It's all right. No, it's either really going to suck or it's actually going to be really good. And the ones that are really good are like not too thick, and they more or less taste like a chicken pot pie filling with noodles in it. That's pretty much what it is. Let's see. Not a main, but I would bring back the oatmeal cookie bars, the compressed oatmeal cookie bars. One of my favorite things to get in a vintage MRE is a compressed oatmeal cookie bar, and probably the chocolate covered. I know they've still been making them, but I do want to say they quit in the like really recent milk cold weathers. They didn't show back up, but they still made them for a long time. They were just super. You'd only get them in a milk cold weather, and it was just super rare to get it. Only one menu I think had it, and it was, I think, chicken and rice that had it for a long time. I would probably. I was going to say I'd do away with tuna, but that's just a personal preference. There's a lot of people out there that like tuna and seafood and stuff like that. So it's good to have that option for them. Let's see. Should we try another omelet with ham rendition? We've had the vegetarian version of omelet with no ham, veggie omelet. The omelet with ham. I wonder if they could do any better with today's technology with an omelet. I wonder. Add some peppers and some onions and stuff up in there too. Like instead of it being like just egg and ham and this weird, it just pink patty thing. How about really try to make it into like an omelet and see how that comes out? I wonder if they could do it with today's technology and pull it off where it was something desirable. It's a question I have now. I don't know that anybody would want it, though. You know what I mean? People didn't like it when it was fresh back in the day. I really enjoyed the pork chow mein from back in the day too. That was a good menu. The chicken parmesan that never actually existed, the chicken parm. I know it's got to be out there somewhere. The grilled chicken, when it's done right, it's actually really good. Boneless pork chop with noodles or Jamaican pork chop with noodles. I still have that menu somewhere. It's a very unique early menu that didn't run for very long. And then there was boneless pork chop. No. Hey, get out of there. Come on. Out. Come on. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. Get out. All right. What else? So they did that bean and rice burrito, which was horrible. I sent that thing to Emmy made in Japan. That was a horrible choice for me to send her. I let Steve pick out the menu that I would send her because I had a case A and B of 1999s that were in pretty good shape, especially like the menus that hold up fairly well. Like they were in really good shape. Well, I was like, dude, what menu should I send her? And he told me to send her that one because it is super rare. It's a very odd menu. It was only around for maybe 1 year. Bean and rice burrito, menu 16. It was a 1 year menu. It was it was $19.99 only. Wait, no, $98.99. Sorry. Wow. So it was a 2 year menu, which tells you it was no good. But I wish I would have sent her something else. I did send her I sent her a corned beef hash that's in really good shape. Hopefully one of these days she'll get to that and enjoy it, because even if she doesn't, if she would just try it, I would be happy. Let's see. Beef enchiladas. Those weren't bad. I don't think I'd bring them back though. I might do jambalaya with chicken instead of shrimp. And then I don't know if it would technically be jambalaya, but that's the way I prefer my if I'm going to make jambalaya, it's going to have chicken in it. Or sausage. Like fried pieces of sausage. Or both. Chicken cavatelli is good. Probably wouldn't bring it back though. I had that manicotti that Gundog sent me. God, that turned out to be really, really good. I was shocked at how good that thing was, because I didn't expect to even really like it. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to finish. I got a cookie left, and I've got 60%, let's call it, 65% of the pork patty left that I'm going to eat. I might reconstitute it and eat it as a sandwich. I don't know. Eating dry, freeze-dried stuff is just fun, and I just enjoy that. But that did have a lot more flavor with when it was rehydrated, so I might rehydrate it. I'm going to finish the crackers and the applesauce, and I'm going to reheat my coffee. I don't think there's enough cocoa beverage powder to reheat, so the cocoa beverage will not get reheated. Yeah, it's only got about that much in the cup. But I am going to finish this, all of it, except the cheese spread. I'm not going to eat all that because I'm going to eat the applesauce with the crackers. So this entire meal, literally everything was in perfect condition. So, all right, guys. Keep an eye out. I might make a post sometime this week, during the week, and try to do some of Dan's stuff. And then check out that Oddball Candy Company on eBay. Let's see if I can. They don't have a logo thing on there. I was going to show you, but anyway, check it out if you want to have some really unique candies that have been freeze dried. I know Elandil went over there and bought some, and he is addicted to them. Like, they're really good. They're really fun to eat, and the flavors kind of get really enhanced after they're freeze dried. So it's something to at least try out. Highly recommend you guys go over there and check them out, because what I've had of what they've made so far has been really good, and we'll see what the rest of this is like. So, but like I said, keep an eye out. I might do something with Dan's stuff this week. So thank you guys for hanging out tonight. Thank you guys for the super chats. LC and Dan, I think, were the two people that sent super chats tonight. So thank you guys for that. And thanks to my patrons. And all I got left to do now is say thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Later.